we do a lot of Niners here, but we try to branch out a little bit. I know Vish could talk Niners 8 hours, 10 hours a day, but we are moving to the East Coast here with the Eagles. So they were at pick 6. They traded out to 12 with the Dolphins. We'll discuss them in a little bit, but they got a future first for doing so. They're at 12. What do you think, or who do you think they should take?
The Eagles? I mean, I don't have a particular person in mind at the moment, just because I've been so focused on watching quarterbacks, like outside of like probably like 10 other people. I haven't really watched anybody in this draft. So like I'm not like fully convinced, like if they go corner, this is the guy they should go. If they go receiver, they should go. But to me, it's corner or receiver all the way for the Eagles. I technically, personally, I would prefer that they go corner, just because I think corner is more of a premium position, at least it is to me, than receiver. And I think it's a tougher position to find people in the mid rounds, just because when you're taking a corner, typically the best corners in the NFL go in the top 15 because they're the most elite of athletes. Yeah. And it takes a lot to play corner especially in the NFL. So I'd prefer they go corner, but to me, you can't go corner or receiver. If they go receiver, I think Jamar Chase is the guy they should go for, but I also think Jamar Chase is going to go earlier. I love Jalen Waddle. I do not think we talked about that they should target Jalen Waddle, just because I think Waddle and ideally what Rager is supposed to be is a little repetitive. And so, for that reason, I think Jamar Chase would be ideal. I do think 12 is too early for Bateman, so I don't think Bateman's an option there. So then it would be corner, and to me, it's J.C. Horn, Patrick Surtain, or Caleb Farley. And I think Farley's going to fall because of his back. I think Surtain to the Cowboys feels like a glove fitting a hand. Like, that feels so perfect. So I don't know if he gets to the Eagles. But, I think J.C. Horn or Patrick Surtain or Caleb Farley, those would be the 3 guys. And I think they got to go corner and get that position finally shored up.
Interesting. So, I originally was like on the cornerback wave. I mean, ever since even in 2017 when they won, like Jalen Mills played out of his mind good and they got good production, but I feel like it was more of a byproduct of their D-line just being like actually insane. And Malcolm Jenkins was a stud for them in that year. Their secondary since, it's been a little older. They lost Jenkins. Their secondary, specifically corner, has been like one of the worst position groups in the whole NFL, it feels like. They did bring in Darius Slay, but they still have a ton of injuries and other guys. So J.C. Horn makes sense there. Now, here's a position that they will not draft because the Philadelphia Eagles, along with my Green Bay Packers, refuse to draft this position at a premium, and that's middle linebacker. This team has never – I feel like I can't remember the last time. Maybe like one D'Amico Ryans or London Flesher, one of those 2 guys was their last like really good middle linebacker. But
probably D'Amico, to be honest.
Yeah.
Jordan Hicks wasn't bad for a little bit.
He was pretty good when he was healthy, right? But Alex Singleton's their best middle linebacker right now, and that's probably not ideal. So if they like Parsons, if they like some of the other guys, like that would be good. But I think what they should do is probably go receiver. Right now, they're the pegging order of their receivers are – I'm going to include Dallas Goedert right here. So Goedert, they have Greg Ward, J.J. Arcega-Whiteside, Travis Fulgham, and then Jalen Reagor. That's not the best for Jalen Hurts, who they're supposedly wanting to build around, and they said that's what they want to do. Their O-line's going to get healthier, hopefully, although they are older. So I would go receiver. We did mention, like, I don't think Waddle just fits with them very much. I would be very, very happy if I was an Eagles fan if they took either Smith or Chase. I think both of those guys would be the answer for them.
Yeah, I think so too, but I think both will end up being gone just the way the draft is going to work.
They definitely could be.
And so the thing with Alex Singleton's funny you brought him up because Alex Singleton actually was the infamous guy to pick off Nick Mullins week 4. Yeah. But no, to me, I think the other position maybe that we're talking about. So I brought up corner, you brought up middle linebacker. The other angle I would go is this time for Jalen Phillips? Because Derek Barnett's a free agent next year. Brandon Graham is 33. Fletcher Cox is still a stud, but like The Eagles, when the Eagles have been good, it's always because they've had deep defensive line play.
Yeah.
And it looks like their Eagles are kind of just old across the board, but it looks like their defensive line especially, it's time to really shore that up. Usually the Eagles in 2017 were really the special thing about them was that they dominated both lines of scrimmage. Their offensive line was also very good because that was still very good. Jason Peters, Lane Johnson, Brandon Brooks, Jason Kelsey. That was elite offensive line play. So from that standpoint, I just think that pass rusher, maybe Jalen Phillips, maybe it's time to go get him. That would be another option, but I think corner is probably their biggest need. Middle linebacker, honestly, outside of Micah Parsons, I have not watched a lot of the middle linebackers, and I think Micah Parsons is actually more of an edge in the NFL. I don't think he's very good in coverage, but so that's the way I feel about it. But ideally, I think corner, middle linebacker, edge rusher, maybe even offensive line because they're getting up there too.
Quarterback, maybe. They like Trey Lance, maybe get Trey Lance. I don't know. They could go anywhere, man. They really could. They're in a tough spot.
They are in a tough spot, but they're also in a pretty good spot if they nail this pick to me because they have the option of having possibly 3 first-round picks next year with the pick Miami gave them, and if Carson Wentz plays – I think it's, 85% of snaps? 75. Okay.
And I think there's another contingency with making the playoffs potentially. I forget exactly what it is, but basically if he doesn't get injured or he's not Carson Wentz of last year, then I mean, they're really set up for a nice rebuild if you're looking at it from that sense. Like they have tons of picks. Cap space is a little iffy there, but hopefully some of the older guys get off the books.
Yeah, right. They're in a good spot to make a lot of good moves and smart moves. It's just about going and making them. But if you're an Eagles fan, I wouldn't be totally disheartened with what's going on. You're probably not going to be very good next year, but
or the next couple,
you have an opportunity to really rebuild this and get your lines to look as good as they did in 2017. And Jalen Hurts is cheap, and maybe you do have something in Jalen Hurts. Maybe he is the quarterback of your future. So I wouldn't be disheartened if I was an Eagles fan, not at all.
It's not Nate Sudfeld, though. We have clear evidence Nate Sudfeld is not the next quarterback for the Eagles.
Really? I would like to see more of him. I wish Dougie P played him the whole time in Week 17.